All right. Shalom, Israel. We're at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? And today is Friday. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Port Arthur / Beaumont Friday Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan Qadash meaning holy tongue. That's the translation. Lashawan Qadash Hebrew for holy tongue. This is our native language. You understand? So today on Fridays, we get into our culture. Our culture as so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans is learning the Hebrew. You only do that in the I.S.U.P.K. or the Lashawan Qadash, rather, the true Hebrew. And we get into that every Friday. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna go over today. We're gonna go get into our culture, learning how to say words in Hebrew and read and write, as well as speak the Hebrew language, our native tongue, as so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the true Israelites, which the Bible speaks of. Okay, so we're gonna start every class. We're gonna start today's class the same way we start every Lashawan Qadash class, is going over the Hebrew alphabet. Point the camera at the Hebrew alphabet. This is the Lashawan Qadash chart provided by the I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and it has all 22 characters of the Lashawan Qadash, the Hebrew. The ancient Paleo up here, and the ancient Assyrian down below here. All 22 characters. All Hebrew words are composed of these characters. And we're going to go over it, starting with A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I.P.K, Tza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Th. That's the ancient Paleo. Down below is the Assyrian. This is the same letters, A, Ba, Ga, Da, and so forth. And when it comes to these letters, where you see multiple letters, like the K, for instance, this is how the letter looks at the end of a word, a Hebrew word. Written in Hebrew, if the Hebrew word ends with this letter, then it ends with the one down below. So the K, the Ma, the Na, the Pa, and the Tza have different ending letters. All right. Today we're not going to be doing anything too intermediate. It's going to be a basic level class. Still good for your notes. What we're going to be going over is the rank and order in the I.S.U.P.K. Understand? I'm going to break down how to say the different ranks in the I.S.U.P.K. and give a sentence for each one. You know, so it's something that you can remember, and also it's good for your notes. We're going to go over how to write and read and write it as well. So, the marker. We get our ranking. We get our ranking from the Bible itself. You know, in the days of Moses, he had a lot of work to do, and he was suggested to by his father-in-law that he should get men under him to help him with the work of the Lord. So he had captains and officers under him, and Moses would be the general. So that's what we have today. We have the generals, and then we have captains, and officers, and then troopers, and then sisters. That's what I'm going to go over today. So the first rank I'm going to go over is general. How to say general in Hebrew? It's al-wap. Right, in a different color. It's like your al-lawap. General will be al-wap. And what I'm going to write instead of a sentence is a title and a name, actually. Shout out to General 12 Shield General Mahaiman. You know what I'm saying, for all the work that he does for us. Excellent servant to his people and a role model as well for all the men under him. But I'm going to use his title and his name for my sentence, rather, or for my example, so we can translate it to Hebrew. So he is 12 Shield General Mahaiman. So if you've been paying attention to our classes, again, this is going to be a basic level class, but I'm going to go over and writing these sentences with the example of the word that we're going over. I'm going to go over a little bit of more intermediate levels that you learn from other classes, such as numbers. I've been going over numbers for the past couple of weeks before this class. So 12 in Hebrew is Shanya Aishara. That's how you start it off. Shanya Aishara. Shield Magan. That's how you say shield in Hebrew. Magan. Because like I'm wearing right now, this is a Magan Dawadah, the shield of David. So 12 shield will be Shanya Aishara Magan, 12 shield. General, the word we have up here, al-wap. And the name, Mahaiman. And I believe Mahaiman means, I was going to say joy, but that's General YAHANNA, Commander General YAHANNA. YAHANNA's name means joy. Mahaiman, well, I don't know what General Mahaiman's name means. Slovakia. I'll definitely find that out for the next class. I'll just throw that in next class. But I should at least know that. But that's what we have. Shanya Aishara Magan al-wap Mahaiman. 12 Shield General Mahaiman. Now we're going to write it in the Hebrew. This wouldn't be a Hebrew class if we didn't write it in the Hebrew. The ancient Paleo and ancient Assyrian. So Hebrew we write right from left. So I'm starting on this side. First, I'm going to write General al-wap in the Hebrew. That's how you write alawap in the Hebrew. We have the a, the la, the wa, and the pa. Alawap. That's it. With a, la, wap, the three syllables, so the three connectors, and then 4 letters. Down below is the Syrian. Pa being one of the. Did I say pa when I went over? Yeah. Pa is one of those letters that ends, looks different from in the middle. So it's ending in pa. So in Assyrian, it ends like that. So now we're going to go ahead and write our sentence, or title rather, title and name in the ancient Paleo and Assyrian Hebrew. So Shania Aishara. Shania Aishar. Aishara, like Shania Aishara. Magan. Alawap. Mahaim. Mahai. All right. Now we can't forget our connectors. Shanya. Shanya. I-Sh-Ra. Magan. Magan. Alawap. Alawap. Mahai. Mun. Mahaiman. Now for the ancient Assyrian. All right, there you have it. Get that in your notes. You have general, alawap. Sometimes when not sometimes, but every time the general enter, any of the 7 generals enter a room where everybody's already in, you hear alawap panya, which means general on deck. Alawap is general, and then 12 shield general Mahaiman. Shanya Aishara Magan Alawap Mahaiman. All right. So changing the number and would it be giving a different ranking of the general? I believe General Q is 6 shield, so it's Shasha Magan Alawap Quabal Amath. 6 shield General Quabal Amath. All right, now we're gonna move on to the next rank under general. So under the general, we have the captains. And I'm not gonna just give somebody's name for all of these rankings. Salakia to General Mahyman if name dropping offended him. So, but I'm gonna be. I just wanted to use that so we can touch upon numbers as well as the ranking, because I've been going over numbers for a few weeks, and there's also numbers in the other rankings as well. Like I'm an officer of 50. There's captains of 10,000. So there's other numbers, and there's numbers in all of the rankings, but I just wanted to use that one. The next rank below general is captain. And how to say that in Hebrew is Saran. That's something that you might need to know if you don't know that already. New people coming into the truth, and you're aspiring to become a priest, you have to know how to say. Well, you don't have to, but you really should. It's really for your benefit to know how to address your captain as Saran. That's how to say it in Hebrew. And the sentence we're going to use for that is the captain spoke at camp. Captain spoke at camp. So that in Hebrew, we know how to say captain is Saran. Captains, plural, will be Saranium. And the captains will be Ha-Saranium. Because right here we have Ha, the. Put a Ha at the beginning of a noun, and it turns into the that noun. And then to make that noun plural, you put yum if it's masculine, and yun if it's feminine. So captains, they're only males, so we have Saran Yum, Saranyum. Spoke is Amar. That's how you say to speak is Amar in Hebrew. So spoke, we know that's past tense. That's more of that intermediate level courses classes that we went over with other officers. Officer Yagrum. So speak Amar, past tense spoke. It would first we have to write Amar. And then there's a conjugation at the end of Amar that makes it past tense. And I believe it is wa. So it's Amar wa. If it's present tense, the wa would go right after the first letter, the a. So it'll be Amar. It's speaking. And future tense is a little bit more complicated. But we're just going over past tense now. So speak is Amar. That's the word, the root word. And then Amar wa is to spoke. So Amar wa. The captain spoke at camp. Camp is Machana. I believe it's Chana. Yeah. I don't have it in my notes. It's Machana. You know what? I'm gonna look that up right now. It's like for time's sake, I'm just gonna write what I have on my lesson. The root word, the root word for camp, I believe, is mahana. Mahana. No, that's campsite. That's like it. Campsite. So the captain spoke at. We don't say at in Hebrew because that's one of those words that's how English. English is a more fluffy. I can't say Hebrew is a direct language. You know what I'm saying? It's brutish and it's direct. So words like at, we don't say that. The words are already related. Spoke and campsite. They spoke at the campsite. You know that's what they spoke. And campsite is machana. So I'm gonna write the campsite. So the captain spoke at the campsite. So campsite ma. Hana. And I believe camp is chana, just cha, na, and ha. And campsite is machana. So this is the campsite. So pretty much this saying the captains spoke at the campsite, which we know is the captain spoke at camp. Now we're gonna write this in the ancient Paleo and Assyrian. Saran, the sa, ra, and na. 2 syllables, 2 connectors, one under the sa and one under the ra and na, making it ran, saran. And then we have on the ancient Assyrian, the na at the end is a different symbol from in the middle of the word. Na, sa, ra, and na. Now we're gonna write Hasaranium. Hasaranium. Amarawa spoke. Marwa. Amachana, the campsite. Hamachana. Hamachana. All right, there we have that. For the next rank under general, captain, which is Saran, and the captain spoke at camp, Hasaranyam Amarwa Hamachana. All right. I gave you a minute to get this to your notes. You can always pause or be kind to rewind to get to captain. Next rank under captain is officer. Officer in Hebrew is Qua Taza Quatazayan. That's how you say officer in Hebrew. The sentence that I have for this is officers do the work of the Lord. The most high for my space. Officers do the work of the Most High. So, just like Saranium, the yum at the end, officers plural will be Quatazayanyum, officers. I'm not saying the officers, I'm just saying officers. So it's not Ha Quatazayanyum, it's just Quatazayanyum, officers. Quatazayanyum. Do the work is I.S.U.P.K. That means to work. I.S.U.P.K. Right, I.S.U.P.K. So I.S.U.P.K. we're not going to conjugate I.S.U.P.K. because it would be present tense I.S.U.P.K. I was shot, but that would be working, as in officers are working, currently doing the work of the Most High. I'm just generally speaking, like officers do the work of the Most High. So I'm just gonna write the root word I.S.U.P.K. So I.S.U.P.K. do the work, to work, and of the Lord, or for the Lord. The work of the Most High is the work for the Lord. So we're gonna conjugate Yahweh with love. Love of here we have 2 or 4. So love Yahweh. Yahweh. Officers work for Yahweh, the Most High. Officers work for Yahweh. Officers do the work of the Lord. Quatazayanyam, Aisha, La Yahweh. Now we're going to write it in Hebrew. That's Qadash. It looks longer in the verbalization, but remember, Tazah is one letter in Hebrew. Tazah. So Qadash. We got the Qua, the Tazah, the Ya, and the Na. And the Ya and the Na are one syllable, so one connector. Qadash. Officer. There it is in the ancient Assyrian. Now for the sentence. Qadash. I.S.U.P.K. La Yahweh. Syrian and Paleo. We got it. Officers do the work of the Most High. Qadash. I.S.U.P.K. La Yahweh. Officers work for the Lord. All right. Get that for your notes. So we got 3 so far. We got generals, we got captains, and we got officers. Next, all we have is the troopers and the sisters. And all of these people are in the body of the I.S.U.P.K, one body, which is the home of the truth. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you're not in the truth. All of these ranks, from generals down to the sisters, have Hebrew names. So if you're a student, you know what I'm saying, most high in Christ, that you're learning the truth, and hope, Lord willing, you keep your zeal and get that Hebrew name, so that you become part of the body. But until you have that Hebrew name, you are not part of the body, and you are not in these ranks. And the sisters really aren't in the ranks, but sisters do such the sister's job is so pivotal. You know what I'm saying? Helping raise the nation of Israel, that I wasn't going to leave it out. So the next rank would be trooper. We have officers, we have trooper. A trooper is Chayayal. The other ones might be a little bit easier to remember. That's why we got to take notes, study. And that'll help our memory to remember these hard ones. Chayayal. And as we know, troopers are supposed to wear all black. It's part of the spiritual transformation from that worldly man to a man of the Most High, a man of God, a righteous man. It's part of that shedding that old man or killing that old man. So the sentence that we're gonna do today is troopers will wear all black. We can write it a little bit higher. I've been having a hard time down there when it comes down to writing the Hebrew. Troopers will wear all black. So troopers would be this word pluralized. Chayayal, plural, to be multiple chayayal, would be chayayal yum. Remember the yum for masculine pluralization and yun for feminine pluralization. There's no such thing as a feminine trooper, so it'll be chayayal yum. And will wear, the root word to wear or to put on, to cover yourself in a garment is labash. So will wear is future tense for labash, and future tense is one of those. It goes back to that that intermediate level class. Those intermediate level classes we went over present tense, future tense, and past tense. So future tense is a little bit more tricky than just putting a conjugator in the middle or at the end of the word. We're going to use conjugators, but we're going to use specific conjugators. So this will wear, it's a plural. The people that will be wearing are plural. It's multiple. So that plays a big role in conjugating this word. So we're gonna have Yalabashwa. Yalabashwa. So if it's plural and it's masculine, you put a ya at the beginning and a wa at the end of the root word. Because ya means he and wa means he. So it's multiple he's. And they will wear, which is labash. So the troopers will wear all black. We know all just from reading the Hebrew and on our Sabbath service. You know what I'm saying? The water to Yahweh Yahweh Shah for the I.S.U.P.K, because we learn Hebrew all throughout the week, really. Sabbath service and our classes, as well as the Friday Lashawan Qadash. So that word in the Torah comes up a lot, all, even in the prayers. At the end of the prayers, all call ha'aratazah. That's call. Salaki, yeah. At the end of the prayer. So call means all. And we know from our earlier classes, colors, black is shakar. Let me give us a little bit more room. All right, there we have it. Chayayalim, Yalabashwa, Kal Shakar. Troopers will wear all black. Now we're gonna break this down and put this in the ancient Paleon Assyrian. Starting with trooper, Chayayal. That's Chayayah. In Hebrew, Cha, Ya, Ya, and La. The last Ya and the La make Y'all, Chayayah. And now we're going to write the sentence. A lot of yas in that word right there. Kayayayim. That's it in the Hebrew, in the ancient Paleo and the Assyrian. And ma is the box. I'm not sure if you caught me doing one of those mas in the middle of the word, but it's open right here in the bottom in the middle, and it's a closed box at the end of the word. It's one of those letters that change at the end of the word. So kayayayim. Yalabashwa. Bash. What? Yeah. Bash. Yalabashwa. To wear or will wear, rather. Call, all, and really I should have a hyphen right there for all black, which makes these last two words connected, all black. So call, shakar. There you have it. Troopers will wear all black. Trooper, chayayal. Troopers will wear all black. Chayayayim, yalabashwa, call shakar. All right, you got it for your notes. We can move on. Last but not least, I'm gonna take care of the sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because we love them and they do so much for us. We wouldn't be a nation without them. Shout out to the sisters. So I'm gonna give y'all Hebrew title, even though it's not ranked, but it's y'all title, and I'm gonna give a sentence for y'all. I guess a sister could pull rank over a child. That would be the only instance where a sister has rank. A sister does have more rank than a child. But as we know from the scriptures, the flock, the flock of my pasture. Speaking of paraphrasing, the flock of my pasture are men. So really, men do the work of the Most High. Men are the priests, and men are the flock of thy pasture. From the Bible, paraphrasing. So sisters, A sister would be Akhwat. Now, mother would be Ama, but I'm not writing mother. There's some sisters that don't have children, and they still do put their brick in for helping the nation. So I'm just writing sisters. But yeah, Akhwat. The sentence that I have for sisters is the sisters are cooking fish. Ooh wee. The sisters are cooking fish. All right. So here we have sisters plural. So we're going to be able to go over that rule that I was going over earlier. How yum, Y-A-M, is the pluralization of a masculine word. Akhwat, being sisters, feminine, we will use Y-A-N. Akhwat yun. Yun at the end to make sisters plural. So we're going to go over that right now. Also, we have the sisters. So we're gonna put that ha in the middle of it. Ha meaning the. So ha Akhwathian notice that N instead of the M. Akhwathian. Yahweh Shamar Ilathan. You sisters. You all you sisters. Ilathan by Hashem Yahweh Shah. The yun making it plural for feminine. Akhwathian are cooking. The root word for cook is apa. So cooking, and then they want to write this because I know you can definitely use that word. I'll just underline it. I'll just underline the conjugator so you know what the root word is. But apa means to cook or to bake. So the sisters are cooking, which means these feminine plural, these plural feminine people are cooking. Present tense. So apa present tense would be wapa, but also plural. So awapayan. So they're present tense and plural and feminine. Awapayan. The sisters are cooking, and what are they cooking? Fish. Dog. That's how you say fish in Hebrew. Dog. Let me underline these conjugations. So I underline the conjugations. Apa is to cook. This is cooking. This is the sisters cooking. So apa means to cook or to bake, and awapayan means the sisters are cooking. That's what they're doing. They are presently cooking. Will be glorious. Lord willing. So we got that. Now let me put that in the Hebrew. Will be straight. So Akhwat. Akhwat. That's how you write it in Hebrew. Akhwat. Ak, Akha, and Wath. Wa and Tha. 2 syllables, 2 connectors. Akhwat. Down below, I'm going to write the sentence. Wath Yun. I wrote this wrong. Be careful not to mix up your Paleo and your Assyrian. I'll do it up there. Ha'akwathian. Akwaf. And I left out my th. You know I was messing up something here. My what? Akwaf Yun. I did it again. That's got a lot of Hebrew letters in it. Ha'akwathian. 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 Awapayan. Awapayan. Dog. It's just like God backwards. Dog. Z. All right. So there you have it. The sisters are cooking fish. Ha'akwathian. Awapayan. Dog. Slack. I'm gonna crash that one. Oh, Khan, sir. Khan. I'll stand down. I'm just now finishing up with the Port Arthur class. No sweat. I don't mind. No sweat. I found out that the information that I was asking about from Officer Grunt. The water, I don't want. Don't crash. Salakia, Israel. I had to answer that call. It's pertaining to what I'm doing now and in the future. So yeah, what you with me taking that call, you were able to get it in your notes. The last thing I'm gonna do is just write all of the words that we went over today. I'm gonna write them all so we have them all written out, and you can have that last frame for your notes. Fish sound good. I ain't had fried red snapper in a while, so I hope the sisters are cooking fish. All right, finally, I'm going to rate all of the ranks, including the sisters at the bottom. So we have generals. And we have captain. And we have officer. And we have trooper. And we have sister. Aloha. Captain. Saran. Officer. Kuatazayan. Trooper. Kayayal. And sister. Aqua. With this last screenshot, let's see how much time I got. I'll put it in ancient Paleo and Assyrian. Yeah, I'm running out of time. Well, to get it in the ancient Paleo and Assyrian, the actual Hebrew, written in Hebrew, all you gotta do is be kind and rewind, because I wrote all of these in Hebrew earlier in today's class. So there you have it. That's the I.S.U.P.K ranking. And with that, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing Command General YAHANNA. I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabrak Thumb, and to the sisters, Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Alatan, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.